Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's doing good. And happy December. It is December already. What happened? So, welcome. I'm Katrina. This is Sow and Tare live chat, and we talk about everything homestead related. So, if you're new, if you're not new, go ahead and let me know who you are, where you're from, and what you're growing. I will have a topic of discussion in somewhere in the middle, and other than that, we're answering people's questions, talking about people's topics, and there's a topic of discussion that did change about an hour ago. Yep, I got something new to talk about that I wasn't going to talk about. Now I'm going to talk about it. So I'm going to start off with a bunch of hellos and highs, and don't be shy. Put in your comments. I'm going to scroll up to the top. Hey, Andy Rabbit's here. Welcome, Andy Rabbit. It shows I'm next in line, but it's showing 2 likes. Ed sent me a screenshot of him liking it when, I'm sure, he said it. He says he was first on Sunday morning at 3:57 a.m., just a few minutes after she posted live. Oh, boy. Yeah, so I did it on Saturday night. Saturday night? Yeah, I did it on Saturday night. But anyway, so Ed got first. It's so funny. You guys are funny. Feather and Shell. Hey, Steve. What's this rumor about a rabbit I've heard about? Did you read or hear? You probably heard. Anybody knows what's going on with my hair? I accidentally got shampoo that was volumizing. I don't need volume. I have volume of my own. Plus, I was just dealing with tomato plants. Anyway, I just noticed that my hair is like poof. Yeah. So, Steve, I will show you guys in a little bit once we get started, and you will know all about the bunny. Hey, Feather Connections here. Hey, I'm here. Hey, Kelly. I saw all of your crafts on Matt's channel, your After Branch, and you're doing all the things I want to do that I don't have time to do right now. So awesome. You're doing awesome. Anybody that doesn't know, Feather Connections has a... Oh, Verna, would you mind finding Kelly's store and putting it in the chat? That would be great. I see Verna's here. Hi, Verna, by the way. 11th like. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Feather Connections, Kelly, Feather Connections, she has a bunch of holiday stuff. She just sent out an email that I didn't have time to read yet. So if you're looking for quail-related gifts, I recommend going to her because she's awesome and she has awesome stuff. All right. Everybody's saying hi. Oh, Verna went and she got some bunny love. Yeah, it's hard to stay away from the babies, isn't it? You don't have to, by the way. Just let the moms feed them, right? Buster says hi to all. Oh, somehow I pinned you. I don't know how. Okay, there we go. But hi. Oh, and Verna says Buster's package is ready to go out this week. So Verna and Christina, I have not sent out things yet. I will. I promise. Maybe you'll get something extra for waiting so long. Yes. Oh, finding and making boxes. Yeah, making boxes. So I'm going to be sending out to my brother for his baby some of our old books. So he probably doesn't watch this. He probably doesn't know. If you're watching it, guess what? Guess what she's getting? And Media Mail has limits on sizes and weights and all that, and you don't really want to send a big one anyway, but I might have to be making some boxes. You can't use their priority boxes or anything, but anyway, I might be doing the same thing, Verna. Yeah. Erin's here. Good evening, all. Good evening, Erin. Hope you're doing well. Do you still have tomatoes? That's a question I have. I just picked the last of mine. They some of them were damaged from frost and most of them weren't, but yeah, this year tomatoes, I don't know. Anyway, there we go. No, Steve, not that I know of. He's not here. Haven't heard from him all day. He's at work. Who knows? I don't believe he's heard again. Oh. All right. Good evening, Dawn. Good evening. Ed beat you. You better like challenge him back. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Everybody's still saying hi. PJ's here. Hi, PJ. You got the right day. Welcome. I think on here, the only person that might have tomatoes is Aaron, maybe Buster. Buster, do you have tomatoes going on right now? Yeah, so mine still have flowers, but I don't think they're gonna get anything more. I just picked all the green ones and picked the red ones. There's hardly any red ones. So there'll be a video about that later. Yeah. Yeah. Berna says, I saw it, Katrina. I don't know what I said. What you saw? Oh, my hair? Besides, your hair looks good. Thank you. I got my Azure Standard order, and there was some shampoo that was on sale. And I'm like, oh, I'll get 3 of them because, Azure Standard, you have to, you don't have to buy. There is no minimum that you have to buy, but if you don't buy up to a certain amount, then there's an extra fee tacked on. So it's one of those things like, oh, well, I'll just get one more. And I did not realize it was volumizing, and it actually doesn't. I've never used volumizing, and I don't need it. That's okay. I'll use it. I'll be the before picture. PJ says, hey, everyone. Oh, is Aaron candling? Steve says, hey, Aaron, have you finished candling yet? I decided, so if you are not a bird person on here, candling is when partway through the development, you can see the development of a bird in an egg by using a flashlight, or there's a candler. I think mine's over here. Yep, it is. So this is the candler I use, and not sponsored or anything, just it's here. It has a rubber part there that goes to the egg. Like, let's say this is the egg. It goes to the egg for quail eggs really nicely. It closes the gap, and you shine the light in. It's very bright, very bright. It shines the light in, and you can see what's inside. And so that's what that's about. I don't know how well these work on chicken eggs. I would assume they work well. Anyway, yeah. So I want to know why Aaron's candling. JJ, we haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. I hope everything's okay. She says, hi, everyone. I finally made it. We'll be right back. Oh, you're leaving and coming back again, huh? All right. Aaron says, I just locked them all down. Nature sorted out. Was there a power outage or something? Mine, I think they're on lockdown right now, and I forgot to actually lock them down. So I'll do that after the live. It's supposed to be tonight. Today, like afternoon sometime. So I'll do that after the live, and we should have babies in a couple days out of that. So yay. Thank you very much, Verna. And Verna is Vay's place. She is blue with a little wrench, and she catches bad guys and also puts up fun, helpful links, like to link to Feather Connections Homestead for her shop. And if you are wanting to raise animals in an apartment, check out her channel. That's what she does. Everybody missed you, JJ. Where you been? Priority mail is a bit expensive, Verna says. It depends on what you're sending, because sometimes it's cheaper. But media mail is good. That's what I'm doing. What? Aaron, Katrina, my tomatoes have been done for a long time before QuailCon. Is that because it got too hot? Because mine, I planted the heat-tolerant tomatoes this year, and they didn't get started until way into the summer. And they're okay. They're okay. They're all hybrids. They're okay tomatoes. They are just tomatoes, though. They're F1 hybrids, which means that, they're not heirlooms or anything special. And I don't know if it's because they're hybrids and maybe they are built to, or not built to, but designed to have harvests. It seems like there's like chunks of harvest. So it's not like you can go out and pick a tomato and put it on your sandwich. because it might not be ripe since the last time you harvested. It doesn't seem to be continuous harvest. And I have five different kinds there. So it's kind of a weird thing. Anyway, my conclusion is if I'm in a hot area, I should probably grow 1 or 2 of those and the rest heirloom. With some of the heirloom breeds like the Black Crim and the Cherokee Purple that are more heat tolerant. They're not really heat tolerant, but some of those and some other things, those are my 2 favorites anyway. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Dawn may have some in her hydroponics. That is true. That is super true. I think, yeah, let's see what Dawn says. What, tomatoes? Lots of them in hydroponics. 7 plants, I think. Awesome. Awesome. JJ's back. Welcome back. And Verna, you saw the buck I got? Did I post a video of the buck I got? I posted his carrier. Did I do a video? I know I took a video. We're 12 minutes in. I'm going to show that video. Let's see. You guys ready for me sharing a screen? Share screen. Window. So here is the first glance at the buck. So I just made it home, and little bunny is here now. I did put him in the seatbelt. So seatbelt wrapped around there works just fine. And give you guys a first glimpse. Hi. Hi, sweetie. I know. There we go. Got through the wire, but hi, babe. All right, so that is the new buck. I did get a new buck. I went to Redwood Valley, which I had to look on a map to figure out where that was because I had never heard of it. But I have a cousin who lives on the way there. So I went up and spent Saturday with them and had a fun time, stayed the night there, and then had, an hour and a half drive from there up to these people's place. This was a girl who's doing 4-H, has been doing it for 6 years. And one of the breeds that she breeds is New Zealand. So that is a New Zealand buck. His parents are both broken. So broken means that there's a lack of color in some of the color. So basically they're black and white. I believe they're both black and white broken, because you can have brown and white broken as well. But anyway, so he does have those. I did choose between him and 2 of his brothers. His 2 brothers were broken, or they still are unless they're in the freezer. And they're really broken. Sorry, that was bad humor. And I was choosing between 2 of them, and they had the broken one actually had more weight, but she showed me. So I only know rabbits based on what I've learned from other people, what I've experienced myself, and what the person who I bought the rabbits from brought to me. So that's why whenever I'm doing something, I'm like, okay, let me know what you think, because I've been doing it for a few years now, but I'm not like have been doing it my whole life. So I don't do rabbit shows. I don't do, I don't pose my rabbits. I don't do any of that. So I don't know that. I know kind of what to look for in a meat rabbit. You want the loin to be thick and the, things to be wide and all that. But I didn't realize that when you scrunch them up, like here's the head and here's the body, make them little round things, that it needed to be tall at a certain point. But anyway, so she showed me those kinds of things, and it was obvious to me that this one, the black one, the solid one, that he had better characteristics, and I could tell that without her like showing me exactly why. But he seemed to have like a wider head and like longer ears, and he seemed to be bigger even though he didn't weigh more. So I asked, it's like, oh wow, that one doesn't look as big. And They said, well, he may have had a big breakfast. You know, who knows? Maybe he hadn't peed yet or whatever when they weighed him, but they did weigh him that morning, all of them. So the potential for him to have babies that are broken with spots with what I have, according to them, you know, is possible. So I might be getting some pelts out of this that are interesting looking, which is cool. Some people would like that, some people wouldn't, and I thought that was pretty cool. He is super friendly, super friendly. He doesn't come up like if you guys watch the weekend review from today, Raviol and Rigatoni, they come up for pets. They're like, oh, come pet me. He doesn't do that, but he doesn't say no to pets. And yeah, I can pick him up just like this, and you know, he likes to be pet, you know, like held and pet, and so he's very handled. Even though they said he wasn't very handled, I guess there are some rabbits that they handle a lot. But anyway, so there's going to be a video about him tomorrow, and so you'll get to see more of him tomorrow. And he doesn't have a name yet, and we will be naming him at some point. I want to wait and see kind of what his personality is. And his mom's name is Pineapple, and his dad's name is Charlie. So I don't know if we're breaking the naming with Italian foods, because I mean, he's not part of that line. So I don't know. I have to think about that. Let me know what you guys think. So there you go. I'll probably show that video again for people who come later on. It's just the first glimpse. He was born on the 21st of May. So he's about the same age as the black ones, as Penne and Risotto. So he's about their age. A little younger. A little younger? About their age. A little older, something like that. Anyway, there we go. Now you know we have another buck, which does mean that Parmesan is going to find a retirement home. I am not going to process him. He's given me enough babies. I can find a good home for him. And so he will find a good retirement home. If you're in California, in the area, and you want to bring home Parmesan, email me. He's a sweetheart. All right, Buster says, no tomatoes. We had a freeze the last of October. We had frost at some point in November, and it was really late. But then, like I kept on seeing things go and go and go and go. And then when we went away for Thanksgiving, came back, that's when the hybrid squash that I have, that's a huge thing. Most of it's dead. Some of it's actually still alive, but most of it was just like dead. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, JJ wants to know if Verna's indoor saffron is growing. Did you plant it inside or outside? I thought you planted it outside. Anyway, I want to know. Aaron says, my last candling flashlight broke and I had to lock down 1,000 eggs. You know, either they're going to hatch or they're not, Aaron. I know your business is a little bigger than mine. But either they're going to hatch or they're not. Oh, yeah, you did plant them outside. Okay. Kelly says, love the hair down and glasses. Cute, cute. Get it, girl. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, this is using volumizing shampoo that I accidentally bought. And I just collected a bunch of tomatoes going like this through stuff. And yes, I did get new glasses. Only this eye. But they don't sell monocles. So, you know, I got the blue light thing going on for computer. And sometimes I forget to wear them. Sometimes I don't. I'm going to try and be better about wearing them with the computer. But thank you. Dawn says, I wonder if I need to make a quail feed mash for an injured roo who skinned his beak on the wire. Is that like right up here? It bled bad for about 2 hours. I got it stopped, but he keeps his little tongue constantly. Oh, I've had birds do that before, and in the quail mobiles, and they just get they end up getting a little bump right here. And it seems like eventually they're completely fine, but I don't tend to treat unless it's something that's treatable with like Epsom salt bath or taking something out of the foot or something like that. So you could make a mash for him. Is that the goal? Is to get him more food, or to get him food that he's able to get to without bumping the top of his beak? Yeah, well, I guess what's the goal there? But you could definitely do that. Oh, JJ says, I missed everyone too. Life got busy, yet everyone is fine and healthy. That is what I can't talk. That is what we like to hear, is that everyone's fine and healthy. Good. Andy Rabbit saying hello. Hello, Andy Rabbit. And we'll take fine and healthy, Steve says. Yep. John says, I can't imagine having to candle 1,000 eggs. Yeah. Yep. Oh, Verna says it got a lemongrass and a Chicago Hardy fig instead. That's good. Oh, thank you, JJ. All right. Oh, you saw his back in the carrier with the short that I did? It was so cute. So, okay, so I sing a lot, especially by myself. And when I drive, I sing a lot. So the poor little buck probably thought his life started in a musical. That I wanted him up front with me because I wanted to talk with him and have him hear my voice and sing. And like, if he was getting, like, I didn't know how he would travel. So, not that I'm any comfort because I'm this giant that he just met, but in my mind, it made sense. And then I could seatbelt him in, that worked better on the floor because the floor, doesn't really fit on the floor. And I wanted it to be pretty secure. So that's what I did. Yeah. Yeah, he came up to the front of the carrier a couple times during the trip, and I didn't even hear him. I just kind of would every once in a while look at him, and he's just looking there like, hi. And then I look at him, and he's like, okay, I'm going back. But he's all good now. Yeah. Uh-oh, JJ. I waited too long to get my fig inside. Is it in a pot? Hopefully the roots aren't dead, because they do grow back from the roots. If the top died, it does grow back from the roots, unless it's grafted, which there's not many grafted figs out there because they just start so easily from root cutting, or cutting and then rooting. Oh, PJ, he's beautiful. He is. He's a pretty bunny, and he is so calm and soft. He's so much softer than any of my other bunnies, and like really soft. Yeah. Dawn says, "Aw, he's pretty." Steve says he's better looking than me. Yeah. So yeah, he looks like he's going to be good. Again, he's young, so he's not proven yet. My expectation is that hopefully Rigatoni and Ravioli have their babies. Hopefully they're pregnant. I felt underneath Ravioli the other day, and I thought I felt movement, but sometimes it's kind of hard to tell in rabbits. And then Rigatoni today, I put the nest boxes in last night. I didn't check them until this afternoon, because usually when you put them in, it's a couple days before they do anything, and they didn't like carry around hay or anything. And she had pulled out nearly all of the hay onto the wire, and she's like lounging in it, and she's like, what I'm not supposed to be doing this? This is for what? This is for babies? Okay. It was pretty funny. Yeah. Hey, Ed says, sorry I'm late. That is okay, Ed. You are welcome. You are first. And you crack me up. Oh. Hey, Joyce here. Welcome. And hello all from Western Oregon. Moved 82 3-week-old chicks to a new, to me, grow out pen. They have no idea what to do with so much room. It's an 8x8 plywood pen with a wire and PVC top. Yeah, they go a little crazy. They kind of like go like, when I do this and I bring them out into the aviary, that's what happens is like they're like, oh, well, what's here? Oh, I can scratch. Oh, okay. Wait, there's stuff over there? That's what, like, they have this whole, like, usually they just stay within this little tiny thing when I kind of pour them out of the carrier because they don't want to go out, most of them, and then they're like, oh, I can go further than this. I mean, I do have a pretty big brooder, but even so, the aviary is bigger. Yeah, they're funny. Don says there is a town 15 miles max from me, and all their wild rabbits are solid black. Ours are gray. Their wild rabbits are solid black. So that's a melanistic trait. We have, well, they're invasive squirrels, and there's a reason why they're here, but they were gifts to someone at a university years ago. But we have some melanistic squirrels here that are, I think they're the eastern fox squirrel. Yeah, like I said, not native to here. But that is kind of like albinism, but the opposite. So interesting. JJ says, wow, Dawn, our wilds are just plain brown. Yeah, unless there's something like bred into them from some, escapee or something, then it's a melanistic, they call it a melanistic trait or melanism. Yeah. Ed says, it was Saturday for you when you posted it. It was Sunday morning for me. LOL, 3-hour time difference. Except I posted it. I think it doesn't tell you that I posted it until later, because I actually did it Saturday morning before I left. It was Saturday morning before I left. So yeah, fun. Oh, you're making food? Always making food. Food's good. Dawn says ours are brown, but sort of look gray here. I'm amazed that town has all black. Yeah, without knowing any further thing about that, I would think it's a melanistic population, or that has high melanism. JJ says food. Okay, excused. Yep. Okay, Andy Rabbit has more genetics. Again, I understand genetics in general. I do not know the specifics of, if you mix this with this, you're going to get this with rabbits. I don't. I know that my Californian buck and my black New Zealand doe, when they made babies, they made ones that look like mom and ones that look like dad. I know that their daughter, who has mixed genetics that looks like mom, has one that looks like dad, that has the Californian, the white one. All her babies were always looking like her and dad. Her sister, that is black like mom, had mix. So I know there's stuff, but I don't understand it. So let's see what Andy Rabbit says. The way I describe the broken gene to quail people is the dotted white tuxedo gene. Okay. What about to non-quail people? What about just random people in the street? And you're like, oh, my rabbit's broken. And they're like, fix it. Anyway. All right. Ed saying hi to everybody. That's a good explanation, though. Thank you. JJ says, me too, Dawn. Do you think a domestic one got loose and have taken over the town? Maybe. You missed it and walked into the kitchen? I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know. Sorry. Dawn says, we also have a town about an hour away where the squirrels are white. So that would likely be albinism, but doesn't have to be. That's interesting. Maybe there's all their colors separated. My goodness. Oh, Andy missed the video. We'll play it again in like 15 minutes. How about that? All right. JJ said I planted saffron mostly outside and a few inside. Both have broken the soil. I doubt there'll be any flowers this year. I got flowers my first year. I did. You have winter. I don't know how that changes things, but I got flowers the first year. Oh, Buster, what did you name the new buck? We haven't named him yet. I think I have to decide if we're still going to go down the Italian food names. I kind of thinking not, because he's kind of a new line. You guys tell me what you think. But yeah, I don't know yet. I'm gonna wait a few weeks to see what his personality is like, and kind of go from there. Yeah, let me know if you guys have suggestions of themes or of names. Yeah. Ed says, did your man hurt himself? As far as I know, no, but I haven't heard from him today, so he's either still working or something else. I don't know. Hey, Guido's Family Farm. Christina's here. Welcome, Christina. Your package has not been mailed yet. You might get something extra because of the wait. It's coming at some point. All right. Welcome. Verna says, mine, so talking about saffron, mine broke through too. I think we won't get saffron until in the fall. They're always in the fall. You're right. So they always happen for me. I still have flowers right now. That's very unusual because things have like stretched out. Usually it's a 2 to 3 week harvest because they pop up sometime in those 2 and 3 weeks. I've had it now for over a month of things popping up and not and all that. So I don't know what's going on with them, but something is. But yeah, mine flowered the first time I planted. I planted it in September. They came up October. Yeah, at the end. And those are the very first ones. Yeah. No, you're going to get more flowers each year. Yeah, for sure. JJ says, good to hear, Verna. It will be worth the wait. Yep. Dawn says, so we're talking about the quail that has injury. He skinned his beak from the tip all the way up. He skinned it, not just a bump. Okay. All the color is off it, and he was bleeding profusely, dripping blood everywhere. Yes, you should eat something. Yeah, if he's not eating the normal food, I think a mash might be easier for him to eat. The only thing with that, and some other people chime in because I've not dealt with this situation. Okay, so I just gave my quail tonight some tomatoes that had like halfway frosted and stuff, some bad tomatoes. And they enjoy it. They go after it, but then it's wet, and so they wipe their beak on things after. I don't know if that would be a bad thing or it would be a good thing because he's getting more in one bite. Other people chime in, please, because I'm not sure. I think a mash might be a good idea, but I was just thinking that in the back of my head because I did just see them eating. And I know they do that when they eat something that's more wet. Yeah. Hey, Val's here. Welcome, Val. Good evening, Val. Good morning, Val. I don't know what time. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone is well. We're doing all right here. Doing all right. The bunny was asking to change the channel. To change the channel? I don't understand, Dad. What are you telling me? Andy Rabbit says, a word of advice, you may not want to get rid of your other buck till the new one gives you a litter, just in case he doesn't do the job. Yeah, and that could be the case. That's true. My other girls, I'm not planning on breeding until March, although talking with this breeder, she says that if they're like if they're over 7 pounds, then you could breed them now. But then I've also heard, 9 months is kind of the timing. So yeah, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. That's a good point, though. That's a good point. Plus, he's a sweetheart. I will need to either rehome him or move one of them into the spare hutch before these babies that hopefully will pop out later this week go into the grow out, because that's where the new buck is right now, is in the grow out hutch, because it's there, it's comfortable, it has poop catchment and all that. So that's where he is as a temporary hold until things get settled out. Good point. Thank you. Oh, Val has chicks hatching. How exciting. Mine should be hatching in the next couple days. That's awesome. Verna says, Andy, her old buck isn't producing. He's not producing reliably and hasn't produced reliably since later last year. And then these guys' first try didn't go. And he's missed a few times before that. So yeah, he's not reliable right now, and he's definitely like at the end of his breeding age for sure. I don't actually know how old he is, but I think he's between 5 and 6, and yeah, going from there. Yeah. Happy hatching, Verna says. Yes. Hatching never gets old. Nope. Andy's in agreement. Oh, you hatched as well, Verna. Awesome. Val says crazy sounds normal to me. I get crazy as I get older. JJ says we have black, gray squirrels, fox squirrels can be black too. Big argument between scientists whether they crossbreed. Interesting. I know there's been studies done on the ones in the like Mountain View, Palo Alto area. There's like been genetic stuff done, and they're melanistic. Yeah. Oh, PJ, when are we getting together again? That is a good question. I don't remember. It's this weekend. So let's do, where's the calendar? So we're talking about Katrina's kits and Cook With Me. JJ's on. I think you two are the only on that are Katrina's kits. So let's pick right now. Do we want to do, I think I have something the 10th. Do we want to do the 16th or the 17th? That's a Saturday or a Sunday. 16th or 17th, I think, would work best. JJ and PJ and anybody else who would like to become one of Katrina's kits, let me know which day works, and I will make that happen. Yes, good point. Thank you for keeping me on track. Yeah. Dawn says, I'm play hatching right now. Two empty incubators running, and tomorrow I think I'll shut them off until the eggs come. All right. So you're going to take a pause in hatching. All right. Define normal. Oh boy. Got JJ laughing. Don't mess. Andy says, I don't mess with non-animal people. That's a good bet. So Verna has little babies as well. And she says, I got blue broken and lilac broken. That's awesome. I really like the broken pattern, like the colors and like different things. And so that's why I was thinking, I told the lady on the phone, the mom, like she was describing what they had and like the histories and all that sort of thing. I was like, I think having a broken one would be really neat, but I don't need to. Like it shouldn't come into my decision making because my decision is based on meat, but it'd be kind of cool. And so she did save three brothers of the same litter that had broken parents, both of them. And 2 of them were broken and 1 of them was black. And I just chose the one that was, she actually had just decided not to keep. She was going to keep one of two, and she just decided like the day before, the 2 days before, that she wasn't going to keep him. And then like when she was showing me and posing him, she's like, he looks better today than he did yesterday. Like, oh. So with that, we're going to show you again. Andy Rabbit, are you on? You can watch this. Anybody else who missed it? We're going to share video. Awesome. I turned it off. So let me open it up again. All right. And we will share. I have to cancel and do it again. Share a video of the new buck. Window. Here we go. And he does not have a name. His mom's name is Pineapple, and his dad's name is Charlie. His parents are both broken New Zealanders. Stayed at home, and little Bunny is here now. I did put him in the seatbelt. So, seatbelt wrapped around there works just fine. And the first glimpse. Hi. He was born May 21. I know. There we go. Kind of through the wire, but. Hi, babe. Yeah, that's my hand over that. Isn't that a horrible picture? It's like, it looks like something else. Anyway, let me know what you think, Andy Rabbit and whoever else came on later. I think Val might have came on. Yeah. Oh, Val says mine are Andalusian. I don't know what those look like. I just realized that. And Verna's are Havana. Yeah. So now what I have is all of my ladies are sisters. They're blood sisters. Californian is dad and Black New Zealand is mom. And the two black ones are from one litter and the two white ones are from one litter. They just happen to be the ones I chose out of, well, the two white ones just happened to be the ones I chose out of the litter. I think there was one black female that I was thinking about saving because I was like, I want some different colors. But then she was just so small and I didn't keep her. And then the two black ones that I have now are saved purely because they are females of their litter and because Tortellini passed away and I needed females. So there's nothing there. I mean, they were lucky rabbits. Their feet are lucky. Yeah. Oh, Val says that's what eggs I bought. Okay. Okay. And JJ says my rabbits are not existent. Now your rabbits are free range, dear. Yeah, I've never heard of Andalusian eggs either, Verna. But there are a lot of different kinds of things, and there are a lot of different kinds of things in different places. And Val's in the UK, so I don't know what's in the UK. So yeah, cool. 2:35 a.m. is what's in the UK. You're so awesome to be here, Val. Verna has jumbo whites, Egyptian fee, and jumbo wilds. These are all types of Coturnix quail. Awesome. All right. Andy Rabbit says broken is a solid. So broken is a color that we're talking about that is this new buck's. Both parents have that color. Broken is a solid with a splash of white covering the color up. One broken will make more brokens. Two brokens will make broken and sometimes solid. And also what is called a Charlie. A Charlie is a double broken. Okay. So dad's named Charlie. I don't know if he was named Charlie because of that. Anyway, we'll see if he throws any colors. If not, that's fine. She continues, your California are black color. That's why you get blacks from them. I get whites from them too, though. I get ones that look like Californian from them. Well, not from them, but from Tortellini. And from Tortellini's daughter, who is now passed. Yeah. It's the mixed Black New Zealand and Californian mixed with a Californian that I get all white. All they look like Californians. Yeah. Aaron says, I love the Egyptian fee. That's what I have. That's what I have. I have jumbo Egyptian and I have jumbo wild and I have Egyptian fee. Val says, so we're talking about quail again. I found the whites aggressive. I've got Egyptian, golden giants, and jumbo wild. Yeah, I've never had whites. I would imagine that if they see stuff on each other, they might pick at it, and that might be seen as aggressive, or maybe there's just some aggressive stock. I don't know. Yeah. Verna says, so do I, Aaron. They are my new favorites. Yep. Verna says, no, I haven't hatched since Spooky Hatch. Can't hatch anymore until I harvest my birds. Oh, you're putting limits on yourself. You better harvest them. Do you have red squirrels in USA? We have squirrels that are not red squirrels, but we have squirrels that are, we might actually have red squirrels. I don't speak for the whole USA, but we have some that are like reddish with some gray, but they're not called red squirrels. Yeah. And Verna says, yes, we have red and gray squirrels. Yeah. I didn't know if she was talking about a name or not. So yeah. All right. Oh, and Christina's here. You're also a cook with me, Katrina's kit. You get to choose too. She's laughing at Aaron. Oh, JJ, I usually can't make weekends, so you all pick. Is that okay? Weekends work best because we're on there for a while. What you do be involved? Okay. Both days are fine with PJ. Christina, are you available one of those days? The what did I say? 16 or 17? 16th or 17th for Katrina's Cook With Me? Yeah. Okay. Val says red. We're talking about squirrels. Red are getting less in numbers here. Yeah. Oh, Feather Connections. I still have no idea what Katrina's Kits is. I saw it pop up, but it wouldn't let me watch it because it said I wasn't a Katrina's Kit. I am a human, not a kit. So that is something that Steve coined because I asked for suggestions of names of a membership group, and that's what he came up with, and I liked it, and nobody else gave me any other ideas. So Steve won. Katrina's Kits. So there is a membership option on my channel, and you'll see the people with the little stars. They are members. There's 3 on right now on the chats. And so what I do is I do a monthly live cook with me. And so we did the first time. What do we do? Oh, the first time we made a soup. It was really good. We made a potage bonnevolé. It's a navy bean soup with parsnip and potatoes, really good. And I also made jalapeno poppers that are oven and not breaded, and they're really good. We made something else then too. What else did we make there? There were 3 things. I don't remember. Oh, yes, I do. We pre-made our pumpkin glop, which is a pumpkin puree for last week's. I should go this way. Last month's Cook With Me, which was homemade pumpkin pie. So last month we did homemade pumpkin pie. We also made these cute little turkeys with M&Ms in them. And you probably have seen some shorts. They're also on my weekend review, like right around Thanksgiving. And we also attempted to do napkin folding and did one version of it because I couldn't remember some of them and my napkin was not starched. So I offer, there's 3 different levels, and right now all 3 levels, everybody gets the same thing. It just gives people opportunity to, wherever their expenses are, they can afford it, and it's not expensive at all. And the live event is, like this, but with only the members. And members, if they miss it, so JJ, you can't make weekends, she can still go back and watch those and be involved and while she doesn't get the interaction at that point, you can still go through and do the steps and all of that. So it's an opportunity for a smaller group to have a live and talk and have fun, and while cooking and learning, or shaking up whipped cream and putting it all over one's kitchen. PJ. Sorry, did I out you? We had fun. We have fun. So that's what that is. And on my channel, you can go. I should have had this open. I'll get the link here soon, and then I'll do that. But that's what that is. There you go. Verna says, sounds like overhunting for the squirrels. It could be. If they're hunted, that could be. And Dawn says, look up white squirrels, Olney, Illinois. The Olney, Illinois. The town is famous, and how they got them. Illinois made a law, and people released them. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right. Here is the Cook With Me Live Katrina's Kits thing. There we go. There you go, Callie. And Aaron and Christina are saying hi to each other. Are you guys across the room from each other? Verna says, Kelly, you have to join your membership. Yep. To see the videos. Yep. It'd be fun to have you on. JJ says, I like the red squirrels the best, but the other squirrels fight with them until they're gone. We do have flying squirrels. Yeah, we don't have them here, but in the Midwest, there's flying squirrels, and it's pretty cool because you can tell if they're there by the nuts having the tooth marks in them. It's pretty cool. I went to school in the Midwest. That's why I know more about that. Yeah. PJ says, Kelly, join to be a kit. We have so much fun. PJ, do you want to come on and do an ad for Katrina's Kits? Let me know, and I'll give you the link. Andy Rabbit says, you have to have a broken to get a broken. Broken is not carried. Okay, so I'm probably not going to have broken. That's fine. Like I said, I don't understand the genetics of that. Kind of disappointing, but that's fine. Oh, you don't hunt squirrels? Yeah, it might be like an invasive species coming in. Yeah. All right. Joyce says, I have some hatching and just put some jumbo white eggs in to bake. Awesome. Verna says, Katrina, perhaps you should name him after a fruit. OH? Oh, born May 21 makes him a Gemini? I don't know. Okay. Nice shiny coat. Yes, and he's so soft. He's so soft. JJ says, will do, Dawn. I mistakenly allowed some squirrels to get into rat poison. Yeah. I did not kill them, but the children were white. Oh my gosh. And now the town has white squirrels. I don't know. Does that work that way? Verna says, Andy, remind me to tell you about what I found out about Havana rabbit fur. Okay. We will see. JJ says, love my free range rabbits. Val says, is black the dominant gene in rabbits? And that's what I'm saying. I don't think it is in general, because my black New Zealand that I had, Tortellini, her and Parmesan, who is a Californian, which is white, when they got together, they produced ones that look like mom and ones that look like dad. So I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Aaron says we have Andalusians here in the States. I have some. Aaron has everything. Aaron, how many species of bird do you have? And also, how many types of quail do you have? And also, how many colors of Coturnix quail do you have? That's the question we all want to know. But Feather Connection says, don't get me and Aaron started on aggression being a learned behavior. Okay. Andy Rabbit says, a Charlie is a rabbit with very little. Wait. A Charlie is a rabbit with very little color, less than 10% of color on its body. A Charlie bred to a solid will give all broken. Okay. And Andy also has Andalusians. I hope he can give broken babies, but if he can't, that is okay. We will have babies still. Oh, he just says our schedule is wild right now, so whatever y'all pick is fine. We're still in basketball season right now to the end of December. Okay. Pumpkin glop. Yep, pumpkin glop. Oh, and you fixed your oven. Good. Was it the part I was talking about? Yeah. Awesome. JJ watches the reruns. And do you do the reruns too? You just watch them. Hopefully you had some good meals. Andy Rabbit says she was trying to feed guinea pigs. Who was? I don't know what you're saying. Hey, Eric's here. Eric's also is also Katrina's kit. Hi from the hospital. I hope you're doing okay, Eric. It looks like you've been in and out for a while, so I'm hoping you're doing okay, and I'm hoping you're doing well with your walking. Yeah. Hope you're doing all right. Thank you for joining us. Val says, could any of you that have Andalusian quail send me a pic? I just want to compare if they are the same as here. Also, what color are the newborn chicks? This is my first time with these. Okay. Val, are you on Facebook under the same name? Like we need to tell people how to contact you, but don't put any like personal contact information on here because it gets the comments are seeable for everyone. But yeah, if it's like if you're on Facebook with that name, then I think people can do that. Eric has a joke. We haven't heard your jokes in a while, Eric. How much does Santa pay to park his sleigh? Nothing. It's on the house. That's good. That's good. Oh, Christina says, I'm actually at work tonight and Aaron is at home. All right. All right. JJ says, I need to watch Katrina's video on how to fix a garage door. Yeah. So that video, if I do make one, is not up yet because I have not called to get it fixed yet. How you put it back is you wind it back up by holding the door up and wind it back up. How you get it fixed is you call the repair people. You call a garage door specialist, and what they likely will do, I don't know because I haven't done this yet, but what I believe they're going to do is to adjust the pressure on the spring. And that's something that you don't really want to do yourself. Like tons of people have told me this. You don't want to do it yourself. And that is because it can be very dangerous to do. So that's what I plan to do. I just haven't done it yet. And in the meantime, it puts stress on the motor every time that goes up. It doesn't really put stress on it, I think, when it's resting because it's down. And I don't really go very many places these days. But I work from home most of the time. But anyway, I need to do that. So remind me next week if I haven't done that. Yeah, that's the how. It's not going to be me doing it. It's going to be, yeah. Eric says, Merry Christmas. Merry early Christmas. A buck. Verna's telling Eric. I missed what the question was, but we will play that video again later. So hang in there. I'm going to play a little catch up and then I have a little bit of a topic of the day. I know Buck was going to be topic of the day and there's going to be something else with that, but we have another one. Andy Rabbit says, Val, they hatch out looking normal colors. Mine don't really show differently to me till around adult molt. Okay. Oh, I see. LOL. I don't know your abbreviations. You need to come out with a dictionary, Verna. I'm serious about that. You think I'm joking? I'm not. Feather Connection says, I was thinking name the new lines after snacks like Twinkie, Pringles, Cheeto, etc. Oh boy. PJs into PJs. All right. Verna says they have albino squirrels around Franklin too. Yeah. And JJ says, I don't know 100% that the rat poison calls other babies to be wiped, but that is how the timeline played out. I'm gonna guess not, but I'm also not an expert in that. Who knows? Okay, Aaron, are you sure? Are you sure you have all the Caternix colors? You didn't answer any other question, did you? JJ says, I wonder about it every time I hear about albino squirrels. Do they have red eye, or do they have a different color eye? Because I'm wondering if it's albinism or if it's something else. Because albinism has the eye change color. Eric, I'm well, causing trouble in the hospital tonight. Don't give him too much work. Keep healthy. All right. I read this different, Andy. I read about Satin rabbits, but you said satin rabbits. Did you know that satin rabbits were bred from the Havana? I did not. Oh, PJ, in her oven. It was the igniter. Ordered it and received Friday after Thanksgiving, only to open box to find element was shattered. Return right away. One arrived last Tuesday. Oh boy. Yeah. Eric says, thought to do the great escape from the hospital tonight. Be safe. No biggie. Be safe. Stay healthy. Get healthy. You'll do good. JJ says, do not wind up the spring yourself. It can kill you. Exactly. So that's the thing that I am not doing. What I was saying about winding was the cable that comes down when it goes back up. It got all messed up. That's what I was winding. I was not winding the spring. Not a chance. Yeah. Verna says their fur is cashmere. Great to harvest for fur. So do they use the pelts, or do they like use the fur and make it into some sort of yarn or something? I don't their hair is pretty short. Yeah. Yeah, Ed says sorry to hear that Eric been there a few times in recent years. It sucks. Yep, it absolutely does. But necessary, right? I mean, they're going to help you out. Andy Rat says, yes, the spring can kill you. Yeah, that's why I'm not doing it myself. I need to call someone to have them do it. And you know what the thing is? I would have never known that there's anything wrong with the spring, that it needed a tune-up or anything, until the power was out. I would have never known. There's no way for me to know that until the power is out. I did not know the motor is under stress. I don't know how long it's been under stress, and I need to make a phone call probably tomorrow. Seriously, guys, let me know. Remind me. Yeah. Val says that's what they use for Ugg boots. Okay. Barbaric? I mean, if they're eating the animal, you know. OIC means OIC? Okay. That's where they come from. Okay. Got it. Yeah. G2CU means good to see you. Got it. The pelts? Okay. Yeah. Val says, have you seen them pluck rabbits? It's horrible. I while they're alive? No. No, I have not. I know they lose so much fur when they shed, so I can see how you could do that if you were brushing the rabbit every day and using that fur. And that would be completely fine because that rabbit is going to shed, I think, like a few times a year. And they shed tons of fur, but I don't know about the other. Oh, they don't eat it and they pluck the fur? That's not okay. That's not okay. Yeah. Hey, Amy B's here. Hi, everyone. Hi, Amy. Welcome, welcome. All right. Oh, this. Yeah, I don't want that, Val. I don't want that. But I am going to show again this video of my new buck because there's some new people in here, and I know Eric came in. So let's share the screen. So I just made it home, and little bunny is here now. I did put him in a seatbelt. So seatbelt wrapped around there works just fine. And there's the first glimpse. Hi. Hi, sweetie. I know. There we go. Got through the wire, but hi, babe. So there is the bunny. Sorry, I ate a piece of chocolate while you guys were watching stuff. So he's my new buck. He was born in May, and so he'll be ready to breed here pretty soon. And he has two broken parents, which means his parents are black and white, both together. And so I was hoping that maybe he had babies that were broken too, but Andy Rabbit's telling me that he probably won't. But that's fine. He is very soft, very docile, and all of that. Mom's name is Pineapple. Dad's name is Charlie. So there you go. He's a good bunny so far. All right. Verna says I couldn't pluck a rabbit's fur, not when it's alive. No. We don't want to talk about that at all. That's not even. No, what I was saying is if they make yarn or something out of it, it was because rabbits when they shed, they shed tremendously. Yeah. All right. One quick thing, then I'm gonna keep going. But I did have a topic of discussion that it looks like our topic of discussion is rabbits, but I wanted to let you guys know about this. But avian influenza is back and still there, and all of that. The county next to me just had a positive case. I actually didn't even read it. I was going to read it on here. There's a notification on my phone. If it's still here, I don't know where it went. Okay, we're not going to read it. Actually, let's see. It's probably in the text things. Yep, it says highly pathogenic avian influenza detected in San Bernardino County. And then it has a link that you go to the article. And let's see what it has to say. In poultry flocks in various counties, including San Bernardino County, they're warning residents of potential risk of handling or coming into close contact with diseased or dead birds. So it looks like this is a people-centric thing, not a poultry raising thing. But what I wanted to remind people that's happening, that migrations are happening right now. And when there's migrations, there's increased risk to your birds. And so one very easy thing you can do for your birds is to put a roof on their structure. you're probably going to want to do that anyway for winter. So that's good to do it for that. Something I changed is I would take my roof off for summer. It was a tarp. Take it off for summer. And now I just leave it on year round, and I have to change it, more often because the sun beats down. But I didn't want to let you guys know that. So anybody who's in my area knows that it's around again, and it's been detected in San Benito County, which is the county next to mine, which I'm actually pretty close to, but it's a big county, so I don't know where. There we go. All right, let's go back to Bunny Love. Amy says, wow, I came in on a harsh part of the show. Yeah, they were talking about a completely different thing and not what I'm doing, not what any of us are doing. But Verna was talking about how soft her bunny is and that they use for cashmere, the hides. So anyway, yeah, Amy says, does does pull dewlap for nesting? Yeah, and they also pull the belly fur so that the babies can nurse easier. I'm assuming that's why. But yeah, they pull so much fur. Like, what the heck is going on with that, And when that happens, there is an actual like hormonal thing that happens when they are giving birth that's like, hey, this baby's need something. Here, let's make it easy to pull. So yeah. And JJ says, aw, it's so cute. Yep, he is. Dawn says, time for me to get off the night. Everyone, have a great night. Have a great night, Dawn. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so Val says, yeah, they do it for their babies, and we don't need to do it for fashion. That's, yeah. Yep, I'm fine with people using pelts if it's something that they grew to eat. Other than that, I have opinions. All right, everybody's saying goodnight to Dawn. All right. And Val says, what a surprise just before Christmas again. What a surprise with the avian influenza? Yeah. Amy says, last year, Northwest Ohio called 1.8 million chickens. I can't even wrap my brain around it. Last year was there was an AI national map. That map is still active. And I don't have the link readily available, but it does exist. And I think it's through USDA. And it does exist, and they do still keep track of that. So, yeah, it's not good. And I just want everybody to understand, like, especially if your family's going to different places, going to the duck pond over Christmas and stuff like that, just be careful what's on your shoes or where you go with your shoes, or, spray them with alcohol or cleaner or bleach. Basically increase your conscientiousness. Is that a word? Increase your awareness about what's going on and kind of be more careful. Yeah. JJ said, yep, mom-in-law told me about avian influenza return. She absolutely hates my quail. Oh my gosh, how do you hate quail? Steve says, no visiting Katrina or allowing Katrina to visit for now. I haven't been in San Benito County for a while. But yeah, just make sure you take precautions. JJ says, I'm waiting until spring before testing. I hear once a year is good to go. Yeah, so are you getting MPIP certified? Certified? Is it called certified? I think it is. Yeah. Verna says, no signs of illness, no reason to test. Unless you're getting MPIP certified. So that's kind of all in one. Yeah. And Val says, my quail are indoors. I have bigger problems with protecting my chickens. Yeah, and if they're on a if they're on a property with a pond or other waterway where the ducks come in and stuff like that, the waterfowl are the ones that come in, and they actually work as vectors because it typically does not kill them. But then if they come in contact, like if chickens then come in contact with their poop, then they can get it. Or if people are around the pond and tromp in with their boots into an area that the chickens are in, they can transfer it that way as well. So don't be a vector. Yeah. Brenna says, I believe in finding a use for all parts of the animals you harvest. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Val says, yeah, yes, Faye, I do too. Once it's called. Absolutely. Absolutely. I read it, AI. I knew what you were talking about, JJ. AV, apple cider vinegar. I think ACV is apple cider vinegar. Which, by the way, I am almost done with my fire cider that you guys asked me to make. And I do have a video out for that. So did any of you guys make fire cider after that video? I want to know. What'd you put in it? And mine's almost done. And then we'll have another video on how to strain it and all that. It's going to be a really short one. But I'll still do a video for that. Yeah. Don't want to leave everybody hanging. Andy Rabbit says, I raise rabbits for pelts and get lucky to get the meat and byproducts. Yep. Amy says, I have made it twice in the past, 2 different recipes. And how did the rest of the different recipes turn out? This is my second time making it. I thought I made it another time, but I didn't. I think I just made a big batch, and then now I'm making a huge batch. So I probably won't need it for a while because I don't have it every day. Maybe I should have it every day, but I only take it really when people around me are getting sick. I don't know. Yeah. JJ says, I've made that before, but never could get it down. It is just, and it's just a little bit, like that little bit in the bottom of a teacup is what I do. And it's like it's like a tablespoon. And I just, and I don't like vinegar. I like pickles, but I don't like vinegar. So yeah. Yep. I get it. And Andy Rabbit says, I make fire cider vinegar. Verna says, I don't have room for it. Yeah. Yep. Don't have room for it. I mean, it does sit on the counter for 6 weeks, and then you some people leave it out. I put it in the refrigerator because I figure that it's extra safe. Yeah. But it lasts for a very long time. Steve says, in cold and wet conditions, AI can survive for months. Survive. Can survive for months. In warm and dry conditions, it can survive for days. That's pretty typical for a lot of diseases. Or if it's warm and wet, then that's, sometimes worse. Amy says, first was savory, second was more citrus with more fruit in it. I put the second one in the fridge. The first batch lived on the counter. Okay. JJ says, did you know that you can buy pickle juice in little bottles? I did know that. I've never actually seen it in person, but I've seen like people post things online and stuff. Verna says, when I get sick, I will crave Zesty's dill pickle juice. When COVID hit, I was like, okay, I've heard of fire cider. I just need to make it. It looks easy. I made it. And I had it every day, just a little tiny bit. And when I didn't have it on my regular time, my body's like, hey, you need that stuff. Like, okay, we can do this. It was very interesting to experience that because I think it does do something with your body. Positive. Andy Rabbit says, I like to mix it with pineapple juice. It helps drown the taste. That makes sense. So people add honey, and like that honey is a very good thing to add because it has very good properties, especially if it's raw. But people add honey like to it later. I just haven't done that because I don't feel like sitting there mixing it up. I'd rather just and then if you want to take some honey after. Yeah. Yep. Val says, I'd never heard of fire cider until I started watching American channels. Isn't that funny? I don't know where it came from. I mean, someone probably pickled something and then drank the juice and was like, oh, this is really good. I don't know. I don't know the origin story of it is, but it definitely is a good thing. Yeah. Steve says, Val, what's up with those Yanks? I mean, I don't put vinegar on my salad either. I think that's weird. It's nasty. It's not weird. It's nasty. Andy Rabbit says, when my hubby came down with COVID, I drank it. He couldn't get out of bed for a week or two. I felt sluggish for a day or two. Yep. And Amy says she put jalapeno, onion, garlic, turmeric, ginger, apple cider vinegar, marigold petals. Cool. Second batch had lemon, lime, orange, and cranberry. Awesome. That is good. I was going to include elderberries in it this year, but I couldn't find them / didn't look hard enough. I have them in the freezer unless I use them. So, yeah. And Verna says, now I have garlic honey. Awesome. Amy says, no addition to the other ingredients. All right. Okay, JJ has some history. It's an old-time recipe, been around for a couple 100 years that I know of. Awesome. Oh, Val says, Steve, it doesn't sound very nice. It doesn't taste very nice, but it does do good things. JJ says, Andy Rabbit, just like a large tincture. There you go. I had some the other day. I need to finish the ones I have so that by the time, well, maybe not by the time because that's a lot to finish. But so when I put these in the new ones, when I strain out the new one and put that in the fridge, I will have more room, and it will be a good thing. You'd actually use it more. Amy says, I have garlic honey and elderberry syrup and turkey tail mushroom double decoction. What is a double decoction? I've heard that, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, elderberry syrup is awesome. So elderberry is something that I learned about. I don't remember why. I learned about it because my grandma, when I lived with my grandma, she had a tree and that they never used for anything. And there was a tree up at the school which always dropped stuff on the sidewalk. There's a few trees in the neighborhood that nobody cared about, and I would ask people, "Hey, do you mind if I pick?" Like, go ahead. And I tasted it, and I actually like the flavor. It's a little off, just like one. And the ones where I am they don't really need to be heat treated like the ones in Europe and some of the ones that are in the rest of the country. The stuff in the seeds is not as strong. I don't remember what it is. Arsenic? There's something in the seeds that when heat treated goes away. So I actually found a recipe for elderberry pie, and that is tremendously good. Has lots of sugar in it, but it's very good. And then I froze a bunch of it, and I've harvested since then, and it was a really good plant to figure out. And I had already done the pie by the time I took a Plant Communities of California class in my graduate studies. And so when we learned that one, and learned to ID it and all that, I already knew it because if I can eat something, I'm gonna remember it. I'm going to figure out a way to remember it. That's just who I am. And so I asked, I'm like, well, can I make mini pies for everybody? And so I made little mini pies out of like a muffin tin. And so everybody got a little mini pie. It was pretty cool when we learned about it in the field. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. People are wondering what your recent injury is. Manuel just walked in the door. People are wondering what your most recent injury is. Are you injury free since last time?
What's the last time?
Your stabby.
That's the only one.
That's the only one. Okay, Steve. He hasn't been hurt since then. All right. Val says, I seen you all shudder when you down it. And that's why you just go, whoop. I do have a friend that really likes the taste of it because it tastes like spaghetti sauce to her. And I think it's because it has thyme and oregano in it. I don't know. I don't understand it. JJ says, now I want to see the size of Katrina's teapot. It's a regular little one. This is like 2 cups of tea. It's a big one, but it's like 2 cups of tea together in one. I'm drinking 1 cup of tea now. And Verna says, are you drinking some GBHT? Is that Grafted Branch? No, I have not gotten any of his. My goal is to drink all the tea that I have and then grow all of my own. But he has some that looks really interesting. Steve, no Vay, it's Lipton. Shame on her. This is not Lipton. This is not Lipton. It's something that someone gave me. Trader Joe's organic blood orange flavored with other natural flavors. Rubios herbal tea blend. I like Rubios. There we go. Not Lipton. Not doing Lipton. Okay, Amy is answering my question as to what a double decoction is. And she says, soak in high-proof alcohol for a month, strain off the alcohol, and put the mushrooms in a saucepan with water and simmer for an hour. Then combine the 2 liquids. Different properties are released. Okay. All right. Now I know. Val says elderberry is an invasive tree here. People chop them down. Yeah. So where you are, that is a completely different kind of elderberry. I took an elderberry workshop online that was very interesting, and I had no clue that the European version was so different than the American version, and we have different versions of it here too. But like here, most of the fruit comes on in. Can you please turn that off, Manuel? Turn it off. Sorry. Most of the fruit comes in batches, so like it's ripe and you pluck it. It's ripe and then you pluck it. Whereas the one in Europe, it ripens kind of sporadically, is my understanding. You can correct me. It ripens somewhat sporadically, so that people, when they harvest it, they actually have to harvest from the same plant multiple times over and over again to get all of the stuff for, all the cough drops and all the stuff that's used in. Whereas here, they were and probably are using now. So they were designing and probably are by now using machinery to harvest elderberries, which makes things a little bit more efficient as far as how much crop a person can harvest, how much revenue they can get from it, and all that. So yeah. Oh, Verna, it was not Lipton. Lipton tea very fancy? No. My goal is to have just stuff from my yard plus chai, because I like chai, and throat coat, because that's a good one. If you need it, and echinacea, which I actually have growing in the yard, but not nearly enough to make like a whole thing of tea with. Yeah. Andy Rabbit says, that's why I use pineapple juice to mix it in. That's good. And Verna says they are good. And she put the Grafted Branch Homestead store. Yep. So he has some good teas, I'm assuming, because other people say so. And I think that is awesome. Andy Rabbit, you may have taken the same online course. Maybe. It was really in depth. It was more than it was free too, but it was more than I thought it would be. Yeah. Where did you find this course? There is a guy. Sure, I have an email from him. Michael somebody. There's a guy who does a whole bunch of workshops. Michael Kilpatrick. And he's really, I just put his name in the chat. He is really a networker. He networks with everyone, and he sends way too many emails. And once you sign up for something, sends way too many emails trying to get you to do the paid version. But he has good information. So I've done several free work. I did one that I paid, and I actually won back what I paid in seeds, which is pretty cool. But basically a lot of it is free. And if you can watch videos and stuff while you're doing stuff, or, late at night or whatever, then it's worth it. Yeah. Val says, depends on size of tree. Makes good wine. I am not a drinker, so I would not know that. I know people do that, though. Andy Rabbit says, Amy, I came across it one day when I actually was on Facebook. Yep. Yeah, so that's, I came across him through CAF, which is California, what is it? California Agricultural Farming something. Anyway, it's a good one. CAFF. If you're in California, that's something good to know if you're in California. Yeah. Amy says, I have baby elderberries, and I have so far successfully not grown elderberry for years. Aww. Oh, Amy's is laughing. I know a guy. I don't know him personally, but yeah, he's very well known, and he's very he does his job well, and the marketing stuff that he does, it sometimes is on the annoying side, but it's effective. So yeah, that's the same name as the same course then. Okay. Yeah, Andy Rabbit, that's true. I think I get an email about once a day from him. Yeah, and if he has something going on and you signed up, you get like an email 5 times a day. It's ridiculous. But they are good workshops. Like, they are informational, and they are good. You just have to bear with the email mess. Yeah, which obviously works. JJ says European elderberry is more poisonous than American elderberry. Preparations are made with the Europeans, so it is good to use very high heat, open capsules, make tea, so you don't have side effects. Yeah, so they have requirements. They have requirements for the European elderberry that has to be heat treated, whereas the heat treated, the American elderberry has a variety of varieties, has several varieties, and some have more of that toxic component than others. And so you don't necessarily, like, you're not going to die if you eat it, but you might get sick and throw up or whatever. But it does have, yeah, it does have that. So anyway, yeah, they're very different. And the American elderberry is kind of just coming into its own with respect to growing it, and as a crop. because it's wild and people generally already have like, oh, we just go to the store, we get the elderberry lozenges, and they don't realize that it comes from Europe, which is fine, but it does come from far away usually. But that is starting to change. And Verna put a link, I guess, to him. What is that? What is that in? Yeah. Andy Rabbit says, I got 3 bunches of flowers, berries from my elderberry this year. Awesome. Yeah, I live in an area that I didn't plant elderberry because I can wild forage it. And the other thing about elderberry is every plant is not the same. So when you have, there's so many different like named varieties. There's so many different named varieties. And they have different properties and flavors and, you know, growth habits and all sorts of that. And so if you want that particular taste or that particular kind, then you can literally buy a stick, stick it in the ground, and it will grow. If you are wild foraging, which is what I do, some trees are not tasty. So before you pick a whole entire tree, taste it. And if you don't like it, find a different tree. And I will say from my experience, the trees that I like one year, I will like the next year. So I still taste it though. So they do have some carryover. I'm not going to guarantee that, but yeah. Val says, I haven't drank alcohol for 23 years, but when I did elderberry, it was really good wine to make. Awesome. Congratulations for not drinking alcohol for 23 years. Good. Amy's thanking Verna for the link. JJ says my hubby like to cut down my elderberries. Oh, JJ. Do we need to put this on speaker again so that he can hear all these things? Andy Rabbit says, oh boy, JJ, I built a little fence around mine so my hubby didn't mow it down and the mail lady didn't walk on it. So there are types that they're growing that they do just mow every year. Because once the root is established, it can be mowed every year, and it does these varieties. It flowers and fruits on first year wood. So you can have like a hedgerow of these things that grow. They grow quite a bit in one year and have that. So there's possibilities. JJ says I heat treat even the American elderberry, but the preparations from the store are not heated enough. Okay. JJ's laughing at Andy Rabbit. My hubby says there are weeds. Oh boy. Andy Rabbit said a weed is only something you don't like or want anymore. He is wrong because you want it. Exactly. Amy says Andy Rabbit, 3 bunches of flowers would be cause for celebration. Absolutely. And you can eat the flowers. People put them in all sorts of things. You can even make elderflower syrup too. Or you can just eat them. Yeah. Pretty cool. And JJ says, yes, the flowers can be used the same way. You don't have to compete with the birds. Yep. Make him buy you one, then it's bought, and it will not be a wild weed anymore. Oh boy, Andy Rabbit, that's great. And JJ's laughing with you. Joy says, here we have red and blue wild elderberry. Red has to be cooked, and the blue doesn't. Red, to my knowledge, shouldn't be eaten at all. But that's my advice, and I don't live in an area where there is red elderberry. So that is my advice. And if you're using the red one, make sure you look at least 3 different sources that say that you can use it and that are reliable and not AI created and all of that. Because I like you, Joy. I want you with us always. Don't eat things that are not good. Val says, internet playing up again. Night all. Oh, good night, Val. Thank you for visiting with us. Thank you for joining the live chat. We appreciate you. Good night. Or good morning. Yes, like Steve says, good morning. Amy says, can elderberry be pollard? I never know how to say that word. Pollarded to control the height and keep them more pickable height. Yes. So what you need to know is whether it's fruiting on first year wood or second year wood, so that you know what you're cutting off. I think it's all first year wood because they do actually sprout once they've been cut. I don't know of anybody that pollards them. The people that I've heard about, they actually cut it down to the ground when they do that. But that's something that maybe, let's see, where are you? I don't know where you are, Amy. I would maybe ask someone local because I don't know what variety you have, what it does. Maybe ask someone local that question. Even if it's like a local arborist or a tree trimmer, just ask them, because they should know the growth habits of the trees around them, even if they don't know like fruiting stuff. But yeah, I would ask someone local to you. JJ says, I don't think so, Amy. I mean, you can pollard it, but I think it will always be wild and out of control looking. I think she's saying bringing down the height of the fruit. I think that's what she was saying. Yeah. Everybody's saying good night to Val. Good night. Andy Rat says, my next year new plant realization is a goji berry. Yeah, goji berry is good. I have one that's a native to Baja California. It's called a wolfberry, but it's related. Yeah. Coppicing. Coppicing and pollarding are two different things, and I don't remember what they are. Pollarding brings it back to the central thing. I don't remember what coppicing is. Yeah. Ohio. Okay. I would ask someone local. Yeah. Joy says, a friend of my dad's told me she made red elderberry jelly every year. Never made anyone sick. Okay. That's good. That's good. I just would hesitate it because that's what I've always heard. So, yeah. I don't want to get people sick. Amy says, I love Adams and Bob Gordon varietals. Awesome. I haven't actually, that's not true. As far as tasting varietals, I've only tasted the one that Keith at QuailCon brought as a varietal. I've tasted many wild ones, and because that's how I harvest them, is wild. Yeah. JJ says, nice, Andy Rabbit. I grow the tears and they are bitter. You might want to look for a sweeter variety. Okay. And Andy says, I've got a bag from the store I like. I'm going to try to sprout them. So that is a great idea, but understand that just because you like that berry, that does not mean that that's what you're going to get. And as long as you understand that, you're great. Because it's, genetic mix-up. Not mix-up, but mixing. Yeah. Amy says, coppicing is cutting at the ground. There we go. Pollarding is cutting higher on the trunk or stalk. Thank you. I knew I had heard that. I just haven't. I just didn't know the term. Oh, Verna, did you bring one for everyone? She says, sorry, so quiet. I was eating a fresh pear. Yum. Oh, exactly what JJ says. Yum. Pear. Yeah. Ooh, Ed's watching and listening, working on research for 2 projects. I want to know what these projects are. You're probably not going to tell us, huh? You're probably making something fun. It's probably going to be awesome. Yeah. Oh, you bought 3 pounds? What happened to that pear tree that you harvested or were going to harvest? Yeah. JJ says pears are one of my favorites. Pears are wonderful. They are wonderful. I helped a master gardener with the California Rare Fruit Growers. It was in 2020 or 2021. I remember that because we were wearing masks and separate from each other, but we were harvesting and there was smoke in the air. But I couldn't smell it through the mask. But we harvested tons of pears and he had so many different kinds, and he let me take home tons of pears, and it was awesome. Yeah. Ed says, I like pears, but not ripe ones. You like the crunchy ones? It's wrong. It's wrong, Ed. Verna says, I freeze dried the ones I harvested. Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember that. Oh, Andy Rabbit says, I understand that, but I found there are too many to decide what to buy. So I'm going to try this one I like already. I didn't know there was so many types. There's tons. I'm not opposed to you doing that. Not at all. Like, you might find the next best thing. That's how they find the next best thing. I just want you to be prepared so that in case you're expecting it to taste like what you ate and it doesn't, that you're not disappointed. Yeah. Amy says, sounds delish, Verna. Hope you are sharing a little with the buns. And they got the end pieces of the celery. Okay. Happy rabbits. Yep. Pear juice is great for altitude sickness, JJ says. Don't ask how I know. Interesting. Yeah, pears are phenomenal. I have 2 pear trees, and so far I've gotten very little harvest off of them, but they are really, really, really tasty, really great. Yeah. They if you put them in the refrigerator and then you can extend your harvest season, basically your eating season, and by taking them out, setting them on the counter for a few days, and then eating those. Yeah. Brenna says, yeah, Amy, I bought some celery and my nurse brought me hers. So a freeze jar full of celery. LOL. Rabbits got the white parts of the celery. Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to have the new buck for sure. It's a good thing. Do you guys want to see the video again or not? I can play it again. I don't have to though. Yeah, so the video will come out tomorrow. I have to finish editing. But the video that will come out tomorrow will be about the new buck, and we'll go from there. Yes, Verna says, okay. Here, we'll play it again. Okay. And let's go to this and share. So I just made it home, and little bunny is here now. I did put him in the seatbelt. So seatbelt wrapped around there works just fine. And the first glimpse. Hi. Hi, sweetie. I had so much trouble focusing with the wire there. There we go. Kind of through the wire, but hi, babe. All right. It says, one I can't tell you, but other is going to be a charcuterie board made with wood and resin inlaid with quail eggs and flowers of some kind. That's awesome. Ed is awesome. You're always doing something. It's awesome. And Verna says, cool, Ed. Amy says, oh my God, Ed, that sounds amazing. It does. Buster says, hope you get babies to show us. I hope so too. I hope so. Yeah. I think I felt some in ravioli. I think I felt some move. But I mean, she was like this with her head in my hand, and I had the other hand underneath her, and I'm like trying to feel things. Yeah. And Verna says on your short you could see him. Okay. I didn't realize. I thought I was being sneaky. But yeah. He's a good boy. I'm hoping he's going to be a good breeder, and we'll go from there. Yeah. And JJ says, ooh, Ed, that sounds beautiful. It does sound beautiful. Yeah. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. So I am excited about the bunny. I am not excited about AI being back and being so close to where I am. Is a county away. And I want to make sure that you guys make sure that it was that you are aware of everything when it comes to being biosecure and all that for your birds. His face was against the wire. It was not, was it? Was it? I don't know. I don't remember. It shouldn't have been, but that's okay. If he was, it was. How old is your new buck? He was born on the 21st of May. I'll let you do the math. We don't do math in public. Andy Rabbit says, I also have a pot to plant the goji berry in. Oh, in case I don't like it, I can pull it easy. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Amy says, because quail run a higher body temp than chickens, are they susceptible to AI? I do not know the answer to that. Good night, PJ. She says she's falling asleep. Good night. So are they susceptible to AI? So I know that Zach with My Shire Farm, I don't know if his birds were involved in the study or he talked with someone about this. And my understanding is someone was studying that because they hadn't ever had a positive case. I have no idea who that was or what the results were. Yeah, that would be a really good thing to know. Yeah, for sure. Andy Rabbit says, your new buck is old enough. 6.5 months. Thank you, Andy. And Verna? Yeah. Yeah, well, my hope is that my girls are pregnant right now and that they do have babies and that they are all healthy and they're very good moms and that we can start with him the next batch when they are ready. My females, the newer females, the penne and risotto, they're going to be 9 months in March. That's just, I don't remember their birth date. I just remember the 9 months in March. So my plan is to breed them in March, unless you guys think earlier is okay. But I don't want to have it too close to these guys because I need to figure out another grow up pen. Otherwise, probably need to figure that out anyway. JJ says to Andy Rabbit, just let your hubby loose with the lawnmower if you don't like it. There you go. Okay, Verna says yes, they can get AI. Have they been has that been studied? Because my understanding is at least flocks that my understanding is that nobody's flock or covey actually tested positive, but I don't know. I don't know that. Bucky sure proved himself. Yes, he did. Verna. Andy Rabbit says, I can't grow one of the blue pink ball bush. Oh, is that hydrangea? Yeah, that's blue pink ball bush hydrangea. That's what I think it is. He mowed down around 20 of them I spent over $200 in years trying to get one. He moved them. Oh my gosh. That's so sad. Steve says there have been at least 2 tests that showed that quail can be extracted with AI, although they didn't say bobwhite or coturnix. One stated that infection in a bird under 3 months is fatal. Okay, thank you. Now we know. Thank you, thank you. Amy says, I'm nodding as well. Been up since 4:30. Good night, all. I always learn a new nugget. Good night, and thank you for joining us, Amy. Yeah. JJ says, I do understand that medicines don't work on quail like it does on chickens. They're different species. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Andy. He even moved the tomato cage I had over the one to mow it. You know, I think there's some on purpose things happening. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody saying good night to Amy. Good night. Yeah, hydrangea. Yeah. Steve says, I presume without reading that they were tested under conditions, not a farm flock. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And JJ says, oh, he's laughing at Andy. I think our hubbies would get along just fine. Mowing buddies, huh? Oh my goodness. You guys are funny. Oh. Well, tomorrow I have a video about the buck, the new buck that came. And, well, he didn't come. He was brought here. He didn't, like, hitchhike. But about the new buck. And then Thursday's video is going to be out about saving seeds in the garden because I just did that today. I know it's late for a lot of you guys, but maybe for some people in California, it's not late, or Florida or something. It's not late. But yeah, that's where I am. And I will have to choose a date, 16th or 17th, for Katrina's kits. And if that works, I think everybody says, I think PJ said either one of those days work. JJ said neither one works. And Christina said that it didn't matter. So that's good. Okay. I'll have to pick one. All right. Andy Rabbit says, when we moved here, the house across the street had a big one. I was like, yeah, I can watch it grow. And that house is sold. The new owner killed it out first thing. I wasn't home. I would have asked for it. Oh, no. Yeah. My mom loves hydrangeas as well, and they just don't grow in her area. And the one that might is like the one with green. Like, it's not the colorful ones. Yeah. Yep. So here we go. Oh, JJ says, yeah, I will try to be there Saturday or Sunday, but I didn't want anyone counting on me on being there. That's fine. That's fine. I will enjoy having you there, but if you're not there, that is fine. I have to figure out the order of operations of what's going on that day. I have a couple of ideas of what to make, and I have to decide which it is. So there you go. All right. If you guys are not signed up for Katrina's Kits and you want to know what we're talking about, this is what we're talking about. And you can go check that out. And, oh, did it split? It split. The, why did it do that? Here's the website. I didn't realize that before. Apparently did it twice. Oh, well. Yeah, so if you would like to join us and cook something on the 16th or 17th, I'm going to decide, then go ahead and join, and it's a lot of fun. And we get to talk and hang out and make fun things. There you go. Steve says, our hydrangea has not flowered in 4 years. Guess it doesn't flower. It might not have the nutrients it needs to flower. I would maybe look into that. Yeah. I'm wanting to cook the beans one. I haven't seen that one yet. The beans one. Oh, you're talking about the soup that we already did? Or are you talking about something else? Let me know. Yeah, the soup is very good. The soup is very good. Yeah. In October. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. Andy says, the funny thing, I had the hubby buy me one. He didn't mow that one down, but he hurt his back and was laid out in bed for 9 months. I paid someone to mow for him. That guy mowed it down. I quit trying. I understand. Yeah. That sucks. I have to look at this real quick. Sorry, guys. Oh, my neighbor just forwarded me the AI thing. The way it started, it popped up. The way it started, I was like, something needs to be looked at here. So let me just see. So yeah, she wanted to let me know that it's around. So, all right, guys. Well, let's either plant lots of hydrangeas or plant something other than hydrangeas. Maybe only find big ones. Maybe you have to go around your area, knock on people's doors that have big ones and say, can I dig that up? And then one day just have a bunch of them that are already 10 feet tall. They probably don't get that tall. Probably do get that tall. Yeah. I don't know. Other advice? Alrighty. I think we are good to go. Unless anybody has something else they want to talk about. It's 6 feet tall. Yeah, I know they get big. I just don't know how big. Yeah. Yeah, so unless anybody else wants to say anything, you gave your advice? Verna. Alrighty, guys. Well, I will see you guys next Monday. Same channel, same time. And yeah, JJ says good night, everyone. Thank you for the live. And of course, the community. Buster says good night, all. You just didn't read it? Did I? What did I not read? What did I not read? Did you write it? I don't see it, Verna. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Alrighty. Have a good night, everyone. We will see you next week and have a wonderful week. Enjoy. Good night.